The most misleading piece in this story is that all of the slaves were uneducated, did not speak good English, did not dress well, did not live well. That is the most, like, they that was diabolically, insanely, strategically smart to depict all of the slaves of, speaking broken English, and wearing dirty clothes and getting scraps off the table. All of the slaves was not treated like that. All of the slaves were not treated like that. Some of the slaves were treated very well. Because if you treat some of them well, then you could get them to pacify the others. And then what they would do is they would go out into the fields. You have your one slave on the top that you treat really, really, really well. Then that slave is going to have they two or three that they look out for with the extra that you giving them. And so then when an uprising get ready to happen, you got your ops in the field that the slave that you looking out for them put in place to let you know what the slaves is talking about, to let you know what the uprising look like, and to say, hey, maybe we should do this a different way. Cause they getting a little extra for their family. And that's the way that it still works to this day. That's the way that it still works to this day. That's the biggest illusion, that all of the slaves was poor and beaten and hung and raped and mistreated, and all of that. They always telling us these woe is me stories about the slaves. All black people were not even slaves. Some of them owned slaves. There were black people who were so wealthy they were slave owners. And then they'll sit up here and tell you this lie that every black slave owner was compassionate. Are these motherfuckers compassionate now? Out here lowballing people, don't want to pay people, mistreating people, talking to people like they people coming up missing. Like, you could look at how society is now and tell pretty much what was going on back then. Same script, different cast. They was going to them secret society schools, and they was going to them high level schools, them Ivy League colleges, to learn how to control the slaves. And they would have their picks and chooses on every plantation. And you have to understand, the slaves knew how to talk to each other. And they knew how to talk to massa, because they was always in an earshot of how them white people was talking. And so they knew how to take what they was getting from them and then come back and play it to you in a way that pacified you. A pacifier in a baby mouth, like putting a titty in a baby mouth. Come back and put that titty in your mouth.